Howe with the ball. 5 seconds to go, and that's going to do it from the Lloyd Noble Center as Broken Arrow is heading off to the semifinals, upsetting Union 64-38, taking down the Redhawks. A date with Owasso will be on Friday, 9 a.m. from the Lloyd Noble Center. I'm here with head coach Bo Wallace, a big-time win over the Union Redhawks in the quarterfinals, 64-38. Let's first start it off. How are we able to contain the Union Redhawks?
Their bigs are hard to guard, and so we just try to do it by committee. And I think we got some stops early, got some rebounds, and it kept them from just getting easy buckets. And they still got some, but for the most part, we did a really good job, our bigs did, of rotating on those guys.
Diego Ochoa having himself a day, double figures for him, doing it on not only on offense but defense as well. You've kind of said that you wanted this out of this senior all season long, and he really came out of his shell today.
Yeah, we're just really happy for Diego. I told someone I didn't think he played his best game last year in the state tournament, and so for him to come out here today and have that kind of game, especially from start to finish, was just awesome for him.
Afternoon game, the student section brought it as well, but just more importantly, this whole team came off the bench and was able to contribute, and the starters were able to contribute against the Redhawks.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with our group and the teams that I've had here is we're a team, and we don't really care who scores as long as we get the job done. So we're going to find the open guy and move the defense and try to take advantages of mismatches.
Logan Shockley had 3 fouls, but also put up some quality minutes and numbers for you, but then Ace coming off the bench really stepped up as well.
Yeah, Ace did a really good job and just being active around the board, especially with their bigs. And, he's one of our best athletes. So to get him where he's getting easy buckets close to the rim, we like that.
I know we talk about David Howe all season long what he's able to do, but just the style of play that he was able to control the ball and not turn it over, I mean, that was huge against Union.
Yeah, he's just a calming force for us, and we love having him on the floor. And we knew Union was going to try to press us and try to take some things away. And with the ball in his hands, he's going to make really good decisions.
Just facing a Brian Montanati's squad, like you said, we didn't play them this year in the regular season, but you're very familiar with them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're familiar with those guys. They all play summer basketball together on the same teams and all that other stuff. So it's going to be fun. He does a great job with his kids, and we're going to try to give him everything we got.
Good morning, Tiger fans, and welcome to the Lloyd Noble Center here on the beautiful campus of the University of Oklahoma. It's the 6A state semifinals between Broken Arrow and Owasso. I'm Greg Spencer alongside Coach Tiff Jones. We've got Madison Dildine back on the court side with us tonight. And Coach Jones, it's not very often that you get to play a 9 a.m. game for a trip to the state tournament or state championship, but that's what we're doing here today.
Well, there's something special about playing on Friday of state tournament week, because that means you got a chance, you're still in the mix to get the gold ball.
I want to give a shout out to Dan Hawk, who could not be here with us today. About a year ago, he was asked to be in a wedding, and unfortunately his good friend had bad timing, but we're gonna do our best to fill his shoes in here today.
Yes.
This is a rematch of last year's semifinal game between Broken Arrow and Owasso. They also played a classic. Really, every matchup last year was outstanding.
Yeah.
But they also played an outstanding game in the area championship. But this is going to be a little bit different. There's some different, Broken Arrow's missing 4 starters. Owasso's missing a couple guys.
Yeah.
But they were expected to be here. The Tigers, this is new territory for them. They weren't expected to be here, but they got a chance to get back to the state championship.
I was like, here we are. It's crazy that we have a rematch once again. That's pretty unusual in 6A basketball. And so for us, I like the Cinderella.
Yeah,
I really
that's
do.
something they've been buying into in the locker room. So obviously the keys to the game, we talk about Owasso, you talk about Jalen Montanati, one of the top 15 players in the country in the sophomore class of 2026. You got to stop him. We've got the athletes to do it, but at the same time, you can't forget about the other guys.
No, they've got a very well-rounded team. They're very well coached. The things that they do, day in and day out, they're going to do what they do, and they're going to do it well. For us, keys to the game, we're going to slow him down. I mean, you're not going to ever get a stop him with no points at all, but we've got to have a great effort, and we need everybody to step their game up today, a chance to get to the gold ball. And it's going to take a total team effort, which I love about our team is they really are a team.
Absolutely.
They don't care who scores, who leads. We're going to do it by committee.
Yeah, and with the Tigers, you got to continue to win at the defensive end. The way they played these last 2 games, they've been outstanding. They've been able to dictate the way the game's been played, and then that's carried over to the offensive end where they've executed with precision, timing.
That's what we're gonna have if we're gonna have a chance to play on Saturday night at 7 o'clock.
Absolutely, and we're about to pause here for the national anthem, and we'll be right back with you here on ArrowVision.
6A boys semifinal featuring the Owasso Rams and the Broken Arrow Tigers. At this time, we would like for everyone to join in a moment of silence to honor those we've lost, and also a time to reflect, meditate, pray, or engage in other silent activity. We ask that you be respectful to others around you during this moment of silence. Thank you. At this time, would you please stand as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem. Now let's make the starters. First for the Tigers of Broken Arrow. The 6'2" senior number 3, Diego Ochoa. 6'5" junior number 5, Jalen Talley. 6'1" junior number 12, Anton Wallace. 6'5" junior number 21, David Howell. And 6'5" junior number 33, Logan Shockley. Head coach of the Tigers is Bo Wallace, and they with a record of 21-8.
As they're doing the starting lineups, we'll go over those real quick. First off, for the Tigers, it's the normal starting 5 that we pretty much had, I believe, almost every game this year. 6'2" senior guard, the only senior in the starting lineup, coming off one of his best games, Diego Ochoa. 6'5" junior, big man, inside-outside player, JD Jalen Talley. Another guard, 6'1" junior, Anton Wallace. And then our point guard, big man, DJ Howe, 6'5" junior, and Logan Shockley rounding things out inside. He's going to have a tough task defensively tonight with the big man from Owasso. On the Owasso side of things, number 1, Jalen Montanati, a 6'7" sophomore. Number 2, 6'4" senior guard, Cody Lecklider. Number 3, 6'3" sophomore guard, Bowden Williams. Jax Kerr is their big man, 6'11" junior. Inside, he'll be wearing number 15, and then number 21, 6'4" senior Gabe Patterson. Coach Jones, we're about to find out who got a good night's sleep and who drank their Red Bull or their coffee this morning.
That's right. We were talking about on the way up here, just the 9 a.m. start. It's an equalizer in a lot of cases, and so which team is going to adjust? Not a normal time you'd play a basketball game, but who's going to be ready to play at 9 o'clock? And in reality, you should need a motivation to get pumped to play in the state semifinals.
Absolutely, and these two teams are familiar with each other, even though they have not played this year. They battled it out 3 times last year. They play against each other in team camps and AAU. We're about to tip things off here as the Tigers will be going right to left, wearing black. Owasso going left to white, wearing white. And Owasso wins the tip. And with the ball to start off will be Gabe Patterson. Patterson looking inside, up top to Bowden Williams, looking down low. Into Kerr, swings it around to Montanati, who's guarded to start out with by DJ Howe. And Kerr misses on the little baby hook shot. As the Tigers go the other way, Anton Wallace handling things at the top of the key for Broken Arrow. Over the right side, down low, DJ getting the ball screen by Shockley. Pull-up jumper from DJ Howe, and he starts things off with the Tigers, giving them a 2-point lead, Coach Jones.
I was like, big shot right off the bat. I mean, we're going to have to execute offensively, so we had a good pick and roll. Give DJ a little bit of space, and he can knock that 15-footer down.
As we talk about all year long, we love seeing the aggressiveness out of DJ. A little bit of a late whistle there. Looked like he was maybe going to get away with a block, but instead he's going to draw an early foul, and Montanati will go to the line.
First call on Tally, and he's going to have a big defensive game and really help inside. Looked like it was a pretty clean block, but I guess they must have caught him with the body a little bit.
Getting the star treatment. Got a little bit of a chant by our student section there, and I actually see his dad laughing about that one as he was being called Daddy's boy. A little bit of a smirk there on Coach Montanati's face. Jalen hadn't heard any. They're not going to say anything that he hadn't heard already.
No, there's a. And hey, great job for our students getting up early and making the trip to Norman. Love it.
Montanati knocks down both free throws. Owasso comes back on the other end. Still in a man-to-man as Broken Arrow looks to set things up. High-low look. Shockley looking down low for Tally. He's going to settle for a three. Probably shouldn't have thought about that either. Pull the trigger early or get it down low.
A little bit of rhythm. He got himself out of rhythm by pausing a little longer.
Kerr back on the other end, answers with a three. And Owasso takes a 5-2 lead as Broken Arrow comes back the other way.
And DJ had a hand in his face, so he didn't have a great look, but he took that shot in rhythm, and that's the difference between that possession and the one that we had before with Shockley.
And you see more and more of that as we've seen back-to-back trips of big guys shooting threes. It's trickled down from the other end. You got to be able to do it at any level.
Yeah, you've got to be able to play inside and outside. Great take by DJ going to the basket. We'll take that one right off the glass.
Good to see DJ being aggressive early offensively as the Rams have a 5-4 lead here with 6:03. Tigers knock a loose ball. Shockley and DJ gets the steal coming back the other way. Nice pass to Wallace, jump stop, and he knocks it down. 6-5, Broken Arrow takes the lead with a little under 6 minutes left here in the first quarter of action.
It's a good pump fake right there because he was in amongst the trees, had a good lift fake, gets Montanati off the floor, be able to kiss it off the glass.
Yeah, and he did exactly what you're looking to see out of a guy like that, a guard going into the paint, being patient, come to the jump stop, and finishing inside. Montanati on the high-low down to Kerr, and he finishes. Owasso back up 7-6 as Jax Kerr has 5 early points for the Rams.
We've got to do a better job than that last possession, rotating on the offside, getting people in the paint to help, and not giving up uncontested shots down there.
And you're already seeing Owasso have a lot easier time scoring against this Tiger defense. It's a nice backdoor pass from Shockley to Wallace as both teams coming out hot here in the early going. We were talking about yesterday's Union just struggled to score all day. And that's really what you've seen, but Owasso poses a lot of threats with the ball at all times.
Yeah, they're so well-rounded, and they can score inside and outside and that versatility. So once again, we're going to have to play an excellent defensive game and do a good job helping.
Kerr again down low, settles for a little jump shot, can't get it to go. Tigers come back the other way as DJ Howe pushes, looking for the spin move inside. He's got to get out of the lane. Nice backdoor pass again to Shockley. Almost got the and one, but he's going to go to the line for 2 shots.
It's a great look, great back cut when they're pressuring out there to get the back cut, and so we'll take that. Foul on Montanati. Once again, we'll be happy. That would be a good one to get in foul trouble early.
Yeah, you wouldn't mind that if you're the Tigers. Shockley to the line. First shot is off the back of the rim and gets a friendly roll to give the Tigers a 2-point advantage.
He used every inch of that rim that time.
Shockley, a 67% free throw shooter on the year, goes back for the second attempt. No good, and Owasso's coming back the other way. 9-7 Broken Arrow, 4.5 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Tigers stay in man-to-man as Owasso sets up their half-court offense. Back inside again, and Kerr can't knock it down. Tigers catch a break there as he has a good look at the rim. Tally driving, taking it at Kerr, a lot of body, and he will go to the line. So good aggressive drive by Jalen Tally as Owasso checks in with their first substitution of the game. It's going to be sophomore guard Cohen Scott.
You know, you look at Tally the last few games, and he's been very aggressive early offensively. And so, once again, he does so many good things defensively for us. As the first one's knocked down by Tally, it really is. He's another kid that has got to score, but has got to play some huge minutes defensively and just contest shots down there. Even though he's outsized a little bit, his quickness goes a long way.
Both free throws are good by Jalen Tally, and the Tigers have an early 11-7 lead as Owasso comes back for another possession. Bowden Williams brings it up the court, looks into the high post to Kerr. Back on the wing to Williams as they continue to try to look for Kerr in the high-low. Montanati from deep, no good. Shockley almost had the rebound, but the loose ball goes to the Tigers.
Good defensive help that time, everybody rotating.
Shockley for three from the left wing, no good, and he's 0 for 2 early on from long distance. Back comes Bowden Williams, cross-court pass to Montanati, back out. Kerr at the top of the key for three for Owasso, and he's got 6 points from that same spot, and Owasso's back within one.
It's like his shots have been in rhythm, and he's got a hot hand from outside. He's shot a higher percentage from the three-point line than he shot from inside of 6 feet right now.
He's got 8 points early, and 6 of them are from the from the three-point line. Diego coming off that hot hand the other night, can't knock down that three. So the Tigers, who shot well from three the other night, not off to a good start this time. We're going to get a charge on the other end. Anton Wallace, as the Tigers with great transition defense, takes a charge, and Ace Clemens set to check in for Broken Arrow, as is Devon Wallace. They will come in for Shockley and Anton Wallace.
Defensively, when you can draw a charge like that on something that's about to be a layup, I mean, big defensive play, sacrificing, but those are the plays that we need to make today.
Yeah, huge momentum change there for sure. DJ Howe walks it up the court for Broken Arrow. Left wing to Devon Wallace. Down into Tally, who's going to draw another foul amongst the trees as Owasso's kind of pleading their case that they didn't agree with that one, but
hey, that's two on Montanati now. They called it on him. Big call.
If he's careful, he's going to get a T and a third foul. So the early second foul here on Montanati could be a difference maker in the game. Tigers got to take advantage of the free throw line as Tally can't knock down the first one.
Well, and that's, 249, that'll be an interesting mark to kind of look at the ebb and flow of the game. But when Montanati goes out, it does change things. I mean, Owasso's got a lot of talent, but that's a difference maker right there.
Jalen Tally knocks down the second free throw. Broken Arrow has a 12-10 lead with 2:45 left here in the first quarter as Owasso's back on the other end. Pull-up jumper, no good by Owasso as Tally gets the rebound, and DJ Hell back the other way for Broken Arrow. Looking inside to Ace Clemens, crosses over, pulls up for three, and he almost knocked it down, but Bowden Williams has the rebound back the other way for Owasso. Crosses over DJ, kicks it outside to Patterson, back to Bowden Williams, who can shoot it, but he can't knock that one down, and back come the Tigers the other way. Ball knocked loose and a second chance, and Tigers continue to do a good job attacking the paint and drawing fouls, and DJ Howe will go to the line for 2 shots.
Well, I love how aggressive we're being offensively. We're causing Owasso to foul by taking it to him. So the team that settles for jump shots doesn't get to shoot as many free throws most times. So we are going to the basket, making them foul us inside, and we'll go to the line and once again get them in some foul trouble.
13-10 Broken Arrow as Howe knocks down the first free throw. Corbin Dow checks in for the Tigers, and Ochoa goes to the bench. And of note, Owasso is at the 5 foul mark, so Broken Arrow will shoot 2 free throws the rest of the first quarter. Both free throws are good by DJ, and the Tigers have a 14-10 lead. Back comes Lecklider for Owasso, over the corner to Patterson. Williams drives, pulls up, and knocks down the jumper. 14-12, Broken Arrow with just under 2 to play here in the first quarter of action.
Owasso's got a little bit smaller lineup than obviously what they started with, but they've got 2 of their bigs out right now. So we need to take advantage. Now's a good time to be able to get the ball inside.
Yeah, and Ace coming off some good games right now, posting up. He's got to get down the block, getting pushed out a little bit as Hal got hit on the wrist, but it rebounds and bounce Dow in the top of the key. Tally in the corner for three, in and out, and Owasso gets the rebound coming back the other way. Push down to Lecklider.
That was a good look by Tally in the corner. I mean, it looked like the ball came off his hand a little bit quick, but that's a good look for us, and we've got to have those.
Lecklider with a nice spin dribble into the lane, knocks down the short jumper, and Owasso has knotted things up here 14-14, so interesting that they've gone on a 4-0 run since Mononati went to the bench with 2:48 to play. Tally gets the high ball screen from Hal, looking in the corner inside to Tally. One dribble, might have got away with a travel there. Ace crashes the boards, and I believe they're going to get a foul called on Ace Clemens. And back the other way comes Owasso.
No, we picked up the offensive foul there, but I love the aggressive and trying to go up and get the board right there.
Felt a little bit like an early whistle, almost like they anticipated there being more contact there. I really don't think there was, but Ace is going to pick up a foul. Shockley comes back in for Tally. Tigers switch to a 2-3 zone for the first time today. Owasso could potentially hold the ball for one shot to end the quarter. 14-14, Broken Arrow jumping out of the 2-3. Owasso moving around into the corners. Lecklider down into the post to Harbaugh, back up top to Williams, as Owasso seems content to hold for the last shot if they can. That's probably what's going to happen, as the clock is now at 15 seconds. Corbin Dow guarding Williams. Back over to the corner to Patterson. Lecklider. Williams in the corner, long three. It's going to be short. Owasso gets the offensive rebound, and the putback is no good. And at the end of one quarter of play, we've solved nothing. It's 14-14. Broken Arrow Owasso. You're listening to ArrowVision. We'll be right back after these messages.
Life happens in a hurry. Our money experts will help you keep up. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Ascension St. John, you'll find advanced heart care, brain and spine care, and personalized cancer care. And we excel just as much in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Your side hustle keeps you moving. We'll help you get where you really want to go. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Welcome back to ArrowVision. We're about to start the second quarter of play. The Tigers and Owasso Rams 14-14. We're going to go to Madison Dildine, who's got a huddle report for us. Madison, what do you got?
Yeah, guys, Coach said, hey, you're not talking and you're not listening. He said they just got 2 easy buckets down there because of those reasons, so we've got to get things turned around. Guys.
Thanks, Madison. Coach Jones, any thoughts about the first quarter?
Yeah, I mean, I think we did, like Coach Walsh has said, great fadeaway right there by DJ. We gave up some easy buckets because we didn't get everybody in the rotation, and so we've got to help the helper. We need to go even 2 and 3 possessions as far as rotating. We've got to get better defensive position and make them earn those, as once again Owasso gets another layup there in the paint.
Yeah, Lecklider back on the other end, answers the DJ Howe too, and Ace Clemens unable to finish inside, but Broken Arrow's going to get a second chance. Lob pass down low, and we got a push in the back, I believe, on Owasso. Yeah.
Oh.
Not on Owasso. It's actually going to be on Clemens.
That's his second.
So that's 2 on him. We probably have to get Tally back here in a second. So Montanati and Clemens both with 2 fouls, and if you're Broken Arrow, you'll take that trade. But
yeah.
16-16, 7-10 left to play till halftime here early in the second quarter of action. Both these teams looking really even on both ends of the floor right now. Bowden Williams pull-up jumper from just beyond the free throw line is no good, and Corbin Dow gets a rebound. Back the other way comes Anton Wallace. Into the Corbin Dow in the corner, analyzes the situation, back up top to Tally, who shuffled the feet on the pivot. Got to maintain that left foot before you take off with that shot fake. Diego Ochoa checks back in for Dow. 16-16 tie game here with 6:45 left in the first half.
Well, and that was just a situation where he knew what he was wanting to do and just didn't get set. And sometimes you get by with it. You can keep playing and wait for the whistle. But in this case, they got him pretty early. They get the ball inside.
Kerr had really good positioning there, but the ball was knocked loose. It looked like it might have been off of Owasso, but it was a 50-50 ball, and it'll stay with the Rams out of bounds. Kerr has the high post there, back out to Williams. Williams looking to get it back into Kerr, and he throws it out of bounds, and the Tigers will take that turnover. A little uncharacteristic turnover there by Bowden Williams as he kind of looked to get the angle, but the pass was still a little wobbly.
Say if he'd have been even 3 or 4 more feet closer to the wing there, that would have been a better passing angle. But that's a really tough angle. Just.
Anton Wallace sets things up for Broken Arrow to Ochoa. Back to Anton. Crossover dribble going to his left. Draws 3 defenders. And we're going to get a reach-in foul. And with 6:07 left to play, Jalen Moninati's going to check back in with Cody Lecklider, as you figured that his dad was going to give him the trust to be able to play with 2 fouls. He couldn't keep him out that long.
No, and you got to think for us, for the Tigers, we want to be aggressive and go at him and see if we can pick up a 3rd foul. And I'd make him make the play,
we'll be
or let us have an easy shot.
Yeah, defensively, as Shockley takes a 3, his 3rd look at the 3 is still no good, and back comes the other way, comes Owasso. Patterson, cross court up to Moninati, who's guarded by Shockley, back in the quarter to Patterson. Down low to Kerr, who finishes with the nice hands. Almost lost the ball, but gained control. Has a nice touch around the rim, and they're really having trouble with him right now as he has 10 of their 18 points.
We can't keep getting beat baseline. If we hadn't gotten beat baseline, that possession completely changes.
Tally thought about a 3, finds DJ.
Chase, Logan.
Pulls up from 3 deep, probably an ill-advised shot there as the Tigers could have looked to work it a little bit longer. Back comes the other way as the Ram. Ochoa gonna get called for a block. That ball go in? So a big momentum call there. Really could have been called either way. Ochoa was not quite set. And Owasso's gonna get an and one and their largest lead of the game here at 20-16.
And I think when you go back and look at that video, Scott really lowers his shoulder right there, initiating the contact. And so I thought, just from where we were sitting, that was getting ready to be a charge call.
Coach Wallace thought the same thing. 21-16 Owasso as they're on a little bit of a run here right now with 5 minutes. Broken Arrow has not been able to get some of the clean looks they were getting offensively early on. So a big possession right here for the Tigers. Shockley into the corner to Wallace. Wallace going against Scott, kicks it out to Tally for 3, and the Tigers' struggles from beyond the arc continues. I think that'll now be 0 for 8, and they're going to have to start knocking some of those down as Scott comes the other way. Tip in by Kerr is good, and the Tigers are going to need to take a timeout as Owasso's on a big run here, up 23-16. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to ArrowVision. We'll be right back.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. We're also proud to be team orthopedist for FC Tulsa. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
Welcome back to ArrowVision. It's 23-16 Owasso, 4:44 left till halftime. Owasso has outscored the Tigers 9-2 since the start of the quarter, which they also had the last 4 points of the first quarter. So it's a 13-2 run for the Rams. Coach Jones, what can the Tigers do to stop it?
Well, we've got to, offensively, we're not getting as good as looks, and we're settling for three-point shots, and then when their shots aren't falling, we've got to mix it up a little bit, get to the basket. We did a good job drawing fouls in the first quarter. We haven't done that since then. I'd be curious what Coach Wallace said in the timeout. Madison?
He said exactly that, Tiff. He said, we have got to be more physical and stop settling. He said, drive the ball and move. Greg?
Yeah, interesting enough, we kind of saw the momentum shift when Montanati went to the bench, as the high-low there from the Tigers, no good, and then a blocked shot by Kerr. Loose ball comes back the other way. Owasso, Montanati in the corner. Trap, kicks it back out to Williams, across to Patterson, back to Kerr, who's going to work on Shockley. Ball goes in and out. Tigers come back the other way. DJ Howe handling the pressure. Broken Arrow's going to have to find a way to get Diego Ochoa some looks, as they bottled him up, and he was a big part of Wednesday's win. DJ drives, does not draw a foul, and Owasso gets the rebound, so the cold shooting here in the second quarter continues for Broken Arrow. Bowden Williams, left wing three is no good. Rebound goes back to the Tigers, and the other way comes DJ Howe. Bounce pass, beautiful, but Ochoa struggled with his footing there. That was a tough play. It was a heck of a pass, but you got to find a way to catch that and finish.
Yeah, it was a great look by DJ. That's got to be a charge.
Great job there by DJ Howe, giving up his body against the 6'11 Kerr. So a big charge there by DJ, as that could have been a 25-16 potential, and we saw that go against us a couple possessions ago. So Tigers, DJ's a little slow to get up right now.
He took a pretty good look on that one.
Yeah, no, that was a definite giving up your body for the team right there.
Well, and I think even offensively after that timeout, we have gotten the ball inside a little bit. We haven't been able to convert the baskets once we've got the ball inside, and so we've had a couple looks, missed a couple layups, and it could be 23-20 easily.
Yeah, 23-16, 3:17 to play till halftime. David Howe getting hacked into the lane, no call. Anton Wallace drives, kicks it out to Tally for the 15-footer, and the Tigers still missing some shots that they made on Wednesday, and then picked up a cheap foul, which will be their third team foul. Tigers shooting 25% from the field to Owasso's 45 as Devon Wallace checks back into the game. Broken Arrow looking a little bit tired right now, which can happen when you're playing a tough game, early start, but it's as you can imagine, you get tired quicker when you're not making shots as well.
Yeah, it's amazing how just the ball going through the hole changes energy.
Fade away 10-footer from Montanati gets the bounce, and Owasso extends their largest lead of the game and their run, 25-16, a little under 3 to play, as Broken Arrow has got to find a way to get some buckets these last 2.5 minutes. Try to find a way to get into the locker room down 4 or 5 would be huge. Shockley with a nice drive, and it continues to not be able to finish, but DJ Howe with a tip in and ends the drought there from Broken Arrow, just their 4th point of the second quarter. Montanati takes a quick 3. We'll take that. It was contested. Back the other way comes Ochoa. He slows things down. Good transition defense by the Rams.
We've got to just continue. Well, we can't turn the ball over. That was not what I was going to say.
No, I don't think so. Left-hand layup. Nice finish in transition by Bowden Williams, and the Rams back up 9, under 2 to play.
I'm thinking about our shooting percentage. You talk about cold. It's like Antarctica cold. Everything from
really
everywhere.
It was sudden, too. You felt like you played 6 really good minutes of the first quarter. Things didn't go your way to end the quarter, and that's carried over here in the second half. Yeah. And I don't understand why we're going so slow offensively right now when you're down 9. Time is not on your favor. Broken Arrow needs to be in attack mode, setting way too long to set up whatever they want to do.
Coach Wallace imploring them to remember to get everybody set. They're looking for a specific matchup, I think.
Yeah, I don't understand why we've held the ball for this long. DJ's got to go attack right now. Broken Arrow's taking a lot of time off the clock. Tally slips the screen, and finally we're able to finish inside to cut the lead back to 7. So if you could get a stop here, answer on the other end, you'd feel really good about where you're at. Broken Arrow needs to not relax defensively as Patterson drives. Tigers get the fortunate miss. Back the other way comes Hal. 45 seconds left till halftime. Tigers down 7. Hal in the corner, back up to Tally. Devon Wallace back up at the top.
Hey, zone 3. Zone 3.
Coach Wallace being very specific on what he's wanting executed now with under 30 left in the second quarter.
Well, and right now is a situation where I don't mind waiting to potentially get the last shot when you've cut it to 7. Shockley over in the corner. Good look from 3 from DJ. Can't knock it down. Offensive rebound is stolen away from Tally. So the Tigers had a chance to cut it to 4. Unable to do so. Montanati at the top. He's been able to play most of the second quarter with 2 fouls. He's looking to drive. Pull-up jumper from the right wing, and he knocks it down. And a huge change in momentum to end the half as Broken Arrow almost cut it to 4. But instead, Montanati answers on the other end to extend the lead back to 9. We'll go with Madison Dildine here with Coach Wallace to talk about the first half.
Coach, what are your overall thoughts on that first half?
We got to make some shots. That's pretty much it.
What are you wanting besides that to improve?
We got to keep them off the offensive boards as well. Too many second shots for them.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
So 29-20, Broken Arrow trails going into the locker room. They led for pretty much all of the first quarter, but cold shooting got them in the second quarter, really to end the first quarter, and that's where we're at right now. But, man, you really go back to a couple of these momentum-shifting plays. The and one that could have gone either way. You miss a three-pointer that goes in and out on one end. They answer at the buzzer on the other end, and you got a different game.
Well, look at, statistically, second quarter we come out and we talked about our shooting, but 21% for us in the quarter versus 53.8 for them. And the fact that it's a 9-point game at that point and such a huge difference in the shooting percentage.
Really outside of DJ Howe, nobody else is. Anton Wallace is 2 for 2. DJ's 4 for 8. Tally's 1 for 6. Shockley 0 for 5. So the guys that you've been counting on here lately that's been playing really well, it's not that they're not playing well. They're just sometimes the ball doesn't go in, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, but that is something, halftime came. We've got to break. Mentally we've got to come back and we got to really think, knock down the shots that you've been knocking down all year long. Don't make it complicated.
We want to thank our One Club sponsors, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, Ascension St. John, Tulsa Bone and Joint, TTCU Federal Credit Union, the Arrow Group, and Quick Trip. You're listening to ArrowVision. We're going to go to some halftime videos, and we'll be back for the second half in action here on ArrowVision.
In 1989, the First National Bank of Broken Arrow established the first Achievement Scholarship Award to help graduating seniors who they or their parents were bank customers to help with the cost of a college education. And since that time, we've paid out more than $300,000 in scholarships to 40 students.
I am going to TCC for dental hygiene, and in total, TCC is quoting about $30,000 for that program. So this scholarship will provide me with almost a third of my entire cost for school, which is really, really generous. It's relieving to know that I won't have to worry about such a huge portion of the education. A scholarship like this will absolutely change my life because being a hygienist, you have the liberty of being very flexible with your schedule, and so that gives me the opportunity to be a mom and all of that stuff, but it also just gives me time to stay active within the community and maybe do stuff with First National Bank, volunteer with Broken Arrow Neighbors or volunteer with charities and stuff like that. It's just having that profession be available to me is just really exciting.
The bank provides the scholarship in order to provide financial support to students who face rising costs of a college education. This is just one way that the bank chooses to give back to the community as well as customers and their children who are graduating seniors.
That sound can only mean one thing: Baseball season is upon us. Broken Arrow sets its sights on a solid season, aiming for a chance to contend for a state title. Amidst the crack of bats and the thud of balls hitting mitts, practice roars back to life. And with a new team comes a fresh identity, infused with a new energy to get the ball rolling.
I know we're all excited. It's going to be a good, fun year. It's a good group of boys, and we're excited to get out there and play.
Beyond the drills and game days, it's the bond they share that's the real game changer. Their camaraderie is their secret sauce that fuels their drive for success.
We hang out outside, we go to basketball games, football games together, we just go to each other's houses. It's a lot different than last year, so I feel like this year the chemistry is a lot better for us, so I think that's going to help us win.
7 seniors represent this Tigers baseball team. Obviously, they want to get to a state title. In order to do that, they have to simply win their district games.
I really think that we have good talent from the freshman level all the way up to us, but I feel like the underclassmen, I feel like they do a really good job at just filling the spots we need.
Hitting, it's going to come and go depending on the pitching, so hopefully we can just come out of the gate, hot, because we got some big games early.
Ultimately, it's about one thing, seizing that shot at the state championship. It's the dream the Tigers are in the hunt for.
So we do 5, 11, 24, so that's where we do sit-ups till failure every single day, and it just reminds us of the date that state is, and it just reminds us where we need to be and where we need to get.
We got a low number of seniors, but really good kids that been through it and kind of know what is expected. So just looking forward to a great season with these guys.
The season will start on March 1st. Be sure to check us out on ArrowVision for all the very latest with the Broken Arrow Tiger baseball team. At the Broken Arrow Tiger Baseball Complex with ArrowVision, I'm Dan Hahn. What unfolds in Barry Marbach's geography class is anything but your regular lesson plan.
Disaster, how did it affect you? I lost my house.
Step inside and you'll see that the learning truly comes alive.
I'm tapping into an interest. I'm tapping into an opportunity to ignite and inspire. So hopefully within the curriculum of geography, learning the Ring of Fire and a Japanese earthquake, tsunami, nuclear disaster, they can deliver that news in a newscast.
The goal is to move students away from traditional learning methods confined to textbooks, giving them a taste of what it's like to run a news station, from writing scripts to field reporting and anchoring.
Hello, I'm Cameron Harper. A massive tragedy has struck.
It's all about getting the learning and lesson to come alive.
Broadcasting is really interesting because I get to learn about how stuff is created, and I really enjoy learning about how stuff is created.
Really, the best way for them to learn it is to deliver it, right? In instruction, sometimes the best way to learn something is to teach it, because you got to know it and then teach it. So now they got to know the details before they give it to the public or whoever.
7th grade geography class, it's much more than just the globe. In Barry Marbach's class, it's about engaging his students in real-life events, especially when it affects the world around us.
It just gives them more information so that as they grow, remember 12, 13, we are pushing, we are growing. I want to find out what I can do.
However, the lesson goes beyond learning about current events. It's about preparing for the future, acquiring skills essential to becoming a broadcaster. 2 lessons intertwined.
And it's just a lot of fun writing the scripts and making the videos and editing them all together. So reading a book, it doesn't make you very interested in what you're doing, but if you do a project, it's a lot more fun and you're a lot more interested and want to actually do the work.
Ultimately, the globe that once seemed distant and static has become ever present in their lives. At Sequoia Middle School with ArrowVision, I'm Dan Hawk.
Welcome back to the Lloyd Noble Center. We're about to start the second half. It's Owasso 29, Broken Arrow 20. Coach Jones, we had a really good first quarter, especially those first 6 minutes, but then you kind of saw the struggles of the end of the first quarter really head on to the second. Any thoughts about what the Tigers can do to start making some shots, essentially what it boils down to, like Coach Wallace said?
It does come down to making some shots and offensively just executing. We actually had some good looks in the second quarter, but it was like we had missed so many other ones that it kind of becomes a mental game at that point. So I would say for the good guys right now, we just got to go back to doing what we do. We're almost going to have a little bit of amnesia from the second quarter, and let's start executing offensively and not being afraid of the contact. Take it to them. Like, we've got 2 quarters left, so it's time to go.
Well, and when you go back to the game the other night where you basically played nearly a perfect game against Union, I don't even think they had 29 points going into the fourth quarter.
Correct.
So defensively has not been as good. Kerr's been able to get most of what he wants. He's got, I believe, 10 points or 12 points and 9 rebounds, but it feels like he could have 20. He's been around the bucket with good looks all night. And really one of the big differences in the second quarter was Broken Arrow was unable to, not only did they not shoot well, 21% the second quarter, didn't get to the free throw line as well. 6 of 8 in the first quarter from the free throw line, 0 attempts in the second quarter.
Yeah, and that's just that identity of who we've become and being able to take it to people and do things really by committee. We didn't get it done that time. And so we've got to, I mean, this is going to be a gut check time. And while we are the underdog, that's a beautiful place to be because there's really no pressure on us. We're coming out. We need to just let it go and play. The pressure's all on Owasso at this point because they're supposed to be here. They're supposed to win. They have all the accolades. And we've got a group of blue-collar players just that want to get things done and play for each other. And so I think for us it's important on these first early possessions is to come back out and reestablish like we did in the first quarter, and then get back to knocking down some little chip shots inside. We need a couple buckets to change momentum quickly.
Well, and three-point line as well has not been there tonight for Broken Arrow. 0 for 9 after a game where I think they hit 8 three-pointers. So 29-20 to start the second half. 7:50 left here early on as we get things underway. 9-point lead for Owasso as Broken Arrow comes out in a zone. Owasso being patient, gets it to Kerr, unable to finish. Rebound Ochoa. Back come the Tigers the other way, now going left to right. DJ Howe up top setting things up. Ochoa goes back door, looking inside for Talley. Lot of hand action going on by the Owasso defense. Pull-up jumper by Ochoa, and you like seeing that coming off his big game. Cold first half, but shooting with confidence there.
Well, if you drew up, get a stop and score, that's what you would have done at halftime. So that's a good start for us. Once again, it's 29-22 as the Tigers trim the lead right off the bat on the first possession.
Montanati gets it in the post, dribbles outside over to Lecklider. 2 dribbles, hands off to Bowden Williams, being guarded by Diego Ochoa. Over in the left wing to Lecklider once again. Down inside to Kerr again. Should have been a travel, no call. Misses. Tigers come away with a loose ball. Back comes DJ Howe, surveying things, drives, finishes, no foul call, and he can't finish as Owasso comes the other way. Transition 3 by Montanati, no good, and Talley loses an important rebound that he'd like to have back. If he grabs that with 2 hands, it's our ball.
Yeah, that's an extra possession for Owasso that we really can't afford to give up right now.
You bailed them in, you got a quick shot that they missed. Got to find a way to secure that rebound. Inbounds pass goes to Bowden Williams. Back over to Lecklider. Patterson falls down in the corner, not sure what happened there. High ball screen. Williams, pull-up jumper from the free throw line, in and out. Talley, 2-handed rebound that time. 29-22, 6:15 to play here in the third quarter. Broken Arrow chance to cut into the lead to 5 or 4 points. Shockley looking inside for Anton Wallace on the cut. Diego Ochoa pulls up for 3. It's long, and the Tigers pick up a cheap foul on Shockley that really, not really sure that that's something that even needs to be called. It didn't affect anything.
Literally, it was hard to even see that there was contact, considering what else has been going on the court. And it's always interesting to see the consistency of contact 20 feet from the basket away as compared to 2 feet from the basket. It's called very differently by a lot of officials.
29-22, Owasso with the lead. Under 6 minutes now. Patterson got away with a walk. Bowden Williams, 3-pointer in the corner. That would have hurt there if that would have happened. Back comes Broken Arrow. Ill-advised transition pass tipped away and stolen by Owasso. Montanati guarded by Anton Wallace, kicks it out to Bowden Williams in the corner. He's up top to Lecklider, guarded by DJ Howe. Down low to Kerr, got way too easy positioning, and once again finishes Owasso back up 31-22.
That's just a bunny shot right there. I mean, that's all you can do is, we can't give up 2-foot shots to Kerr. Or it's going to be a bad ending for the Tigers if that's the kind of defense we're going to play as a team.
Anton Wallace receives the pass to Howe, back to Howe, over to Choa. He's being guarded tightly by Bowden Williams. Maybe a little trash talk going on as well. Shockley thinking twice about his three-pointers after his 0-3 performance. As Talley unable to get the short hook. Owasso comes back the other way. Bowden Williams, nice shot fake, pull-up jumper. No good. Tigers catch a break there as Williams got a good look.
Yeah, and it seems like just the momentum of the game. We feel like we're playing rushed offensively right now is what it looks like.
The confidence that you've seen the last two games really got zapped when Owasso went on that run. And right now you just got to find a way to get better shots, start getting those shots to fall down. But Kerr continues to get good positioning. Tigers get a defensive stop there, and it may be time for DJ Howe to start taking over this game.
They're going to right there. He makes the officials make the call right there, just as you called it.
Well, and he's the guy that can create shots for himself and his teammates better than anybody out here, and he's going to have to step up and play at a high level if Broken Arrow wants to get back in this game.
Yeah, DJ does so many things for us that are never going to show up on the stat sheet, but the ball really does run through him and his matchups and what he can do. And just like that, an unforced turnover on out-of-bounds play. Those are the kind of ones that just make a coach turn gray. We've got a technical foul looks like on Owasso here.
Can't imagine why you would be in a situation where you would do something to get a technical, but Coach Montanati definitely feels like it was earned as Lecklider goes to the bench, getting a lashing.
Well, in a game where you know the other team can really go on runs, and now you're going to give them, it would have been Owasso's ball. We get to shoot free throws. DJ's at the line, knocks down the first one. This might be one of those things. These are things that can change momentum of a game just literally in a matter of seconds. Coach Montanati not happy at a lack of discipline by a player to earn a technical.
DJ Howe calmly steps up and hits both huge free throws, and what was going to be a 9-point deficit with Owasso having the ball now turns into a 7-point deficit, and the Tigers with a chance to cut into it.
Big call for us, and we need to take advantage of this extra opportunity we have. We have a possession, and we need the Tigers to capitalize on this one.
DJ drives baseline, can't finish. Shockley with a tip. 31-26, Broken Arrow back within 5 for the first time in a while. 3:40 left in the third quarter. Is a big chance at a defensive stop here for Broken Arrow.
I'll tell you what I hear now is the student section has come back to life in the arena, making a little bit of noise for the Tigers.
Stay Logan, stay Logan.
Bowden Williams over to Scott, down in the quarter to Patterson, cross-court pass. Williams almost stepped out of bounds, gets the ball screen, kicks it back out of Patterson, who gets a good look at a three, and that one hurts. Broken Arrow unable to get a key stop there when they really needed it, and Owasso's got the lead back up to 8.
We were a step slow really on the defensive rotation that time. We just didn't close out fast enough and get a hand up in his face.
Kerr and Ace Clemens doing a lot of pushing at the top of the key. And now we're going to get the foul call on Kerr. Luckily for Ace, he was kind of going back at it as well. The ref picked the right guy to call the foul on. Substitutions for Broken Arrow, Corbin Dow and Devon Wallace check in for Anton Wallace and Diego Ochoa.
It's a lot of contact for the post players to be really 20 feet from the basket.
Yeah. Inbounds goes to Ace Clemens. Alley-oop. Got to be a foul on Kerr. Nothing called. We might have a late whistle, or the foul goes on the other side of the ball as Corbin Dow got the offensive board, but should have been a foul against Kerr. which would have been his third. Instead, it goes against Scott, and it'll be his second as Corbin Dow goes to the line for Broken Arrow with a chance to cut it to 6.
And there was a lot of contact on that back pick. Got to make free throws right now when you're trying to get back in the game and really change momentum. These are points you just have to have. So, but yes, a lot of contact on that back pick on the lob, and I thought I was a little surprised they didn't call that one. Yeah, it's actually more contact on that than there was on the putback by Corbin.
Second free throw attempt by Corbin Dow is good. It's 34-27. 2:47 left in the third quarter. Back comes Owasso. Bowden Williams struggling to get control of the ball as Broken Arrow switch back to a 2-3 zone. Although I think they're in a box and one on Montanati. Hard foul, no call there. Now we got a loose ball, inexplicable. How did they, 2 times in a row we've missed obvious calls and made makeup calls. This one's gonna go against Broken Arrow on Devon Wallace or Corbin Dow.
We called it on Corbin. And really, I would say in the last couple minutes, the physicality of the game has really
definitely
changed.
Picked up, yeah. Inbounds pass goes to Kerr. Handoff to Williams. Got a mismatch here on the switch, and Kerr finishes as the Tigers did not handle that defensive possession well, and another easy 2 for Jax Kerr. Devon Wallace gets tripped up, and another turnover for Broken Arrow that you'd like to have back.
No, Devon at that point's like, contact? I mean, there had to be something because the likelihood of him just falling over himself right there and the ball going out of bounds, not great. We got to start clawing our way back in. I mean, we've got 2:03 left in the third quarter, and we really need to chip into the lead a little bit and get it down to maybe 5 or 6 going into the last quarter.
Montanati inside, spin move. He's going to the line for 2 shots. Yeah, Broken Arrow had the lead, cut back to 5 when you had that technical. The momentum seemed to be on their side, but really both times that we've been able to cut it back to 5 or 6, Owasso's not let them go on a big run. They've minimized the runs to 4, short runs, which Broken Arrow once had that 14-10 lead early or late in the first quarter. Owasso now with a chance to go back up 11.
And really, Kerr's been the difference maker inside. And that's been the difference in the game because he's getting so many looks and either on pick and rolls, backside stuff, not getting our backside help rotating through, but he's really hurting us deep inside.
Yeah, Montanati's found a way to kind of put together 8 points, but he's mostly been quiet. It's been Jax Kerr that's had the dominant performance for the Rams and really been the difference on both ends of the floor. Long 3 by DJ Howe, no good. Ace Clemens gets the rebound. Back inside to Howe, who's got 4 defenders surround him, and he's going to draw a foul. That's going to be the 5th team foul for Owasso. So 2 big, important free throws right now for DJ Howe, who hit the technical free throws a while ago. They could really use both here.
Yeah, being able to score with the clock stopped right now as you begin to look at just the time of the game and 1:31 left in the third quarter. DJ knocks that one down. Little string music. The net didn't even move.
DJ, the only member of the Tigers in double figures here tonight. He's also got 8 rebounds, and it may be up to him to just really be aggressive the remainder of this game to give Broken Arrow a chance to win. As he knocks down both. 38-29, 1:31 left in the third quarter. Broken Arrow's got to find a way to go on a little mini run here to end things, kind of like Owasso did at the end of the first.
Yeah, we switched defensively into a 2-2-1 half-court trap and get a turnover out of it right off the bat.
Deflection goes the way of the Tigers. Howe the other way, spin move, working into the paint. A lot of hand checking, pulls up, no call. Ball goes over the backboard, and Broken Arrow unable to answer.
A little frustration that there was so much contact and not a foul call because I felt like DJ should have earned another trip to the foul line on that one.
Tigers stay in the 2-2-1, the 1-2-2. Scott back to Williams over in the corner to Patterson. Looking for Montanati. steps outside beyond the arc, trying to go baseline. He's going to draw the foul on Corbin Dow. That'll be the 4th foul on Broken Arrow of the quarter, so no free throws yet for Jalen.
And defensively, we were coming to double team, trying to get the ball out of Montanotti's hands, but he beats us on the baseline drive, draws the foul, and next foul will put Owasso shooting 2 for the rest of the quarter with 46 seconds left.
Love to find a way to get the ball out of Owasso's hands, not let them hold for a last shot and give yourself a chance to cut into this lead. Montanotti off his leg, and the Tigers get a big turnover. They cannot call. Oh, my. And absolutely just a wrong call. I mean, I understand sometimes you're not going to be in position to see it, but that ball undisputably went off the leg of Jalen Montanotti, and the Rams catch a break.
That's a big break because we were getting ready to have possession. And
Owasso now wanting to hold for the end of the last shot at the end of the quarter. So, yeah, definitely a unfortunate missed call there. Goes against Broken Arrow. And now you're tasked with getting a stop as Broken Arrow tries to get into a trap. Owasso in scramble mode. Baseline Patterson kicks it back out to Williams for 3. And he nails it. 41-29. Back the other way, Shockley with a 3 to end the quarter. It goes off the glass and off the rim. And after 3, it's Owasso 41, Broken Arrow 29. We got 8 minutes left to play. You're listening to ArrowVision. We'll be right back.
Life happens in a hurry. Our money experts will help you keep up. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Ascension St. John, you'll find advanced heart care, brain and spine care, and personalized cancer care. And we excel just as much in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Your side hustle keeps you moving. We'll help you get where you really want to go. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Welcome back to ArrowVision. It's the start of the 4th quarter. The Tigers trail Owasso 41-29. Let's go to Madison Dildine with a Huddle report from the sideline.
Coach King was kind of getting a little fired up in that huddle. He was telling his guys, hey, we've got to stop and score. We have to finish on this end. One possession at a time. Let's execute. Let's fight. Guys.
Good stuff. I noticed that as well. Coach King getting fiery. 3-pointer from the corner. No good by Ochoa. Offensive rebound. Tigers got to find a way to go on a run, and it's got to start right now. Ace Clemens and another ill-advised turnover, and we notice, it's the Tigers got punched in the mouth a little bit early in that second quarter. The shots aren't falling. You're not seeing them play with the same confidence that you saw the last 2 games.
No, and as we go into the 4th quarter, every possession, you got to break it down into smaller chunks. Once again, it's got to be one possession at a time, get a stop and come down and score. And so we have to respond right now. This is kind of with 41-29 lead by Owasso.
Great effort there by DJ Howe. Almost gets the steal. Instead, the ball goes back to Owasso as he had to save it, almost out of bounds. Patterson over on the wing, back to Scott. And the Tigers are going to have to be more aggressive defensively right now as we're kind of playing off a few different guys, but that just allows them more time to work the ball around. Patterson, 3-pointer in the corner. Good rebound there by Ace Clemens. And another turnover on the other end. And an easy dunk by Jax Kerr gives the Rams the largest lead of the night at 43-29.
It's a great rebound by Ace, but you've also he was facing up the court, and DJ can't see that defender right behind him. So just a bad pass on an outlet pass. And those are the plays right now that are really coming back to bite us.
Devon Wallace with a drive, left hand. He's going to get a body foul and go to the line for 2 shots.
And we've got to be super aggressive offensively, because if we can score with the clock stop, that's going to make things a lot better right now, because we're going to have extra time. We need more possessions, while Owasso's going to be trying to take the air out of the ball a little bit and slow things down. If we can score with the clock stop, those are things that we need to take advantage of.
First free throw by Wallace is good, 43-30. Tigers trail, 6:29 left in the game. And you look at some of these games, Broken Arrow was in a similar situation with the lead against Choctaw.
Yeah.
And the good teams trailing other good teams in the fourth quarter. You kind of get them in scramble mode, but you can also get hot as Wallace knocks down the second free throw. So Broken Arrow's going to have to go. They're going to have to pick up full court more often. But Owasso, with their ball handlers and creators, you got to find a way to force them into turnovers and quick shots, and that's precisely what Devon Wallace does right there. Forcing the turnover, back the other way come the Tigers. Ochoa inside to DJ Howe. He's going to pick up a foul on the floor.
Yeah, and just like that, 6:14 left in the fourth, and we've become more aggressive. And our body language is changing, and just the fighting. That's what we're doing right now. We're trying to claw our way back into the game.
Big thing is take care of the ball, get to the free throw line, and get quality shots. But most of all, you got to get stops. See what the Tigers can do on the inbounds, which they so often run good plays. We're going to have a holding call against Owasso, so we'll take that extra foul if they want to go ahead and get us into the bonus here early.
Well, and we were getting really close to a 5-second call.
Yeah.
So
inbounds pass to Devon Wallace in the corner, looking inside for Ace Clemens. DJ Howe with a pull-up jumper, loses his footing, off balance, no good. Back come the Rams with 6 minutes. Tigers trail 43-31, so Broken Arrow unable to chip into the lead. I like the drive there by DJ, but he just kind of lost his footing as he went up.
it was kind of a little awkward move at that point. Got to have a foul inside.
Gonna be on Wallace going behind the back, trying to knock it loose from Montanati, who was in the post, but not a bad foul there. Gives the Rams the ball out of bounds and gives you a chance to sub as Ochoa and Clemens come out. Anton, Wallace, and Shockley come in. Inbounds pass goes to Bowden Williams, trying to post up Devon Wallace. Good aggressive defense by Wallace, but Montanati gets bailed out with the call, and it'll go out of bounds again.
It's really kind of been this weird spurts back and forth of a lot of slapping and hand grabbing going on, and then all of a sudden it will slow down a little bit, and it's really picked back up, and whether the officials are going to call it or not. It's like we're going to have a timeout by Coach Montanati, a 30-second timeout as they were getting close to a 5-second call.
We will take a quick commercial break to get a word from our sponsors. You're listening to ArrowVision. We'll be right back.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first. Isn't it nice to know that you can spend your weekend any way you like? We have convenient e-bank products such as online banking, mobile deposits, mobile banking, and account alerts, just to name a few. E-bank, whenever, wherever, why ever. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Welcome back to ArrowVision. It's 43-31. Owasso leads with 5:44 left to play. Tigers got to string together some stops, and a third consecutive possession. A foul is called against the Tigers, trying to stop Montanati as he's getting the Kobe Bryant treatment right now.
Well, I'm okay with that if they're on call on this end of the court also.
Inbounds pass goes to Montanati into the corner from Williams. Kerr tries to slip the screen. He's got Devon Wallace buried. They're going to call a foul on Wallace, even though he was basically tossed aside. As now Owasso is suddenly getting every call. And just like that, Broken Arrow is one foul. A minute ago we had 0 fouls, and now we have 4.
It's like this possession's not ending, ever.
Inbounds pass goes to Williams over to Montanati in the corner for 3, no good. Back come the Tigers. Long pass from Howe to Shockley. Great catch and a finish. And Coach Wallace going to call a timeout. That was a risky pass from DJ to Shockley, but he caught it and finished, and it's back to 10 We got a full timeout. We'll take this break, get a word from our sponsors. You're listening to ArrowVision and Tiger Basketball. We'll be right back.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. We're also proud to be team orthopedist for FC Tulsa. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
Racing towards the end of the month? Ask about our early pay options. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Ascension St. John, you'll find advanced heart care, brain and spine care, and personalized cancer care. And we excel just as much in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
Welcome back to Broken Arrow Tiger Basketball on ArrowVision. It's 43-33 with 5:24 to play. Owasso with the ball. Let's go to Madison Dildine.
Hi guys, that huddle was actually being led more so by Captain Devon Wallace. He said, hey, great run, great pass. This game is not over. We got to get stops and keep fighting, guys.
Thanks, Madison. Back the other way comes the Ram. Could have had a walk there on Patterson. Lecklider, Patterson, corner three. Got it. That's 5 3-pointers on the day for Owasso. 0 for 12 for Broken Arrow as Shockley's baited in a quick shot on the other end. I don't think that's what Coach Wallace wanted out of the timeout, as a 6-point kind of swing there from one end to the other, and a foul. And Owasso will be in the 2-shot bonus the rest of the way.
Yeah, once again, the impact of the new rules in high school basketball. I mean, shooting 2 shots the rest of the way.
It was just 2 minutes ago. It looked like Broken Arrow was in good shape to get to start shooting free throws, and now it's just completely shifted.
Well, and I know from the Tiger staff, that last shot was not the shot that you were wanting at that point. They were baiting you to take the shot, and you walked right into it. Not what we needed for the team at that point. We've got to be able to have composure at that point. And, yeah, we've only got 5 minutes left in the game, but we've still got to get the shots that we want to take and not let them dictate that.
46-33 as Kerr missed the first free throw. Second attempt is good. 14-point lead for Owasso, which I believe matches their largest lead of the night with just under 5 to play. Broken Arrow's got to answer, and they got to answer quick. You don't want to take quick shots, but you want to take good shots and get them done quickly.
Yeah.
DJ Howe surveys the defense, but drawing a lot of attention. Jump shot no good, and the Tigers just kind of struggling to create good shots right now.
Yeah, it's kind of been the story of the game. Really after the first 6 minutes of the game is just the shooting woes that we've experienced. And anytime you shoot in the 20-anything% from the field, that's going to be a struggle to win very many games, especially against a team as talented as Owasso. It's like we've got a timeout by Owasso right now, full timeout.
Full timeout. We'll keep it here and give a shout out to our one club sponsors, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, Ascension St. John, Tulsa Bone and Joint, TTCU Federal Credit Union, the Arrow Group, and Quick Trip. We also want to give a shout out to Tiger Threads, located in the front entrance of the high school, open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Broken Arrow school staff members receive a 15% discount, but you also want to keep in mind they're going to move locations soon, and there's going to be some really good deals, as they basically want to be able to move with as little inventory as possible.
I think that's the goal they would love to have right now. Move less boxes.
Also want to give a shout out to all of our district social media accounts. Be sure you're following at BA Tiger Sports, at ArrowVision BA, at BA Schools, and at BAHS Tigers on all social media platforms. Want to give a shout out to the students that rode the bus early this morning. They've done a great job. Haven't been given as much to cheer for as they'd like. But with 4.5 minutes left to play, the Tigers got to make their run now. Really, you got to find a way to go on an awesome run. It's not impossible, but against a team as good of Owasso, who runs a nice set out of the timeout and gets Montanati a clean look. The Tigers now trail 16 with 4:20 left to play.
Yeah, we've had some key moments in the game, but just like that possession where there were 4 fouls called at one time, had some awkward moments of the game. Almost, we haven't had rotations that we had, typically with everybody helping on defense, and just once again, there have been some. We haven't shot well, which makes everything else looks a little bit more out of kilter. Maybe that's the best word. Kind of like a little Steve Urkel with basketball. Sometimes it's like I'm getting good shots, but they're just not going in. I don't know what's going on.
Well, you always talk about how playing well defensively can lead over to the offensive end, but sometimes when you just don't shoot well, everything else gets hard, and that's what we've seen.
Yeah.
Tigers who executed so well. I mean, they've gone 13 of 16 from the free throw line. You would like that in most scenarios, but when you're you can't go 0 for 13.
Right.
We saw that yesterday as Devon Wallace looking to break that streak, and finally we get a three-pointer. It took 14 tries. Very similar yesterday. I believe Union was in the same, or 2 days ago, Union was in the same situation. I think they missed their first 11 or 12 and didn't hit a three till late in the game. You just can't win a game this day and age without hitting any three-pointers.
It's changed the game so much. I mean, you go back to the old days before the three-point line, and that, I mean, it really was. It makes a big difference. So the three-point line can get you back in a game quickly. It can also, if you shoot over or whatever, you'll shoot yourself out of the game. So.
Well, and if this fact I'm about to give you right here doesn't tell you how much the game has changed over the course of our lifetime.
Yes.
Yesterday, Draymond Green passed Larry Bird in the all-time three-point list. Larry Bird, who we grew up with as just the king of three-point shooting, just got passed by Draymond Green. So
it's a
much different game.
Yes, much different game. So Tigers picking up full court here, trying to. We can't let Owasso run the clock out right here.
Yeah, you got to force turnovers. You got to getting close to a 10-second call here as Williams gets it across the line. 49-36, 3:40 left to play. Lecklider thought about a three, but thought wisely and pulls it back out. Lecklider looking inside for Kerr, back up top to Patterson, who's being played off, and they're going to get a holding call inside against the Tigers as, again, Montanati's been able to really get get the benefit of the doubt this whole time here in the second half.
Yeah, he definitely, yes, he had one hand up in the air, but his other arm was hooking the defender back there, so he had a hold of us more than we had a hold of him.
Yeah, and we've seen that a couple times this half, but you'd like to think a sophomore is not going to get those calls, but he is one of the top 15 players in the 2026 class, 4-star athlete, has a reputation. His dad's the coach. That's just kind of something that's going to happen.
Yeah, when you benefit from it, it's a great call.
Yeah.
When the other way, you can argue the other side too. So I've definitely been on both sides of that one.
50-36, second attempt by Montanati is good. Lead goes back to 15 with 3:28 left to play. Tigers again don't want to be shooting quick, but you want to get a good shot and you want to make it happen fast. Wallace back up top to DJ, back to Anton Wallace. Over in the quarter to Devon, he drives, baseline, tries to make the 50-50 pass to Shockley, who gets it to DJ Howell, who throws it down, but off the back of the rim. Howell finds a way to sneak back into the court there and get the easy bucket as that ball went so far. Anton was able to get it, and DJ gets the two anyway.
It's the longest rebound from a missed slam I've ever seen, I think.
51-38, 2:40 to play. The Rams have just handled this Broken Arrow pressure outstandingly well as Kerr finishes to extend the lead back to 15 as the Tigers just not able to get the stops that you need to have right now.
Yeah, and Owasso perfectly content to exchange field goal for field goal right now. 2 for 2s, they're in that all day long. So
long three by Devon Wallace is off the mark, and one thing we haven't seen a lot of all night is offensive rebounds for the Tigers, is outstanding defensive boards all night by Owasso to secure the possession.
Yeah, they have controlled both ends of the boards all night long, and not for a lack of effort. We just haven't gotten the ball doesn't always bounce your way, and they've really controlled things inside.
Montanati working, being double teamed, gets it out of it, but Owasso in no hurry to shoot the ball with this 15-point lead and time running out on the season for the Broken Arrow Tigers.
Yeah, with 1:45 left in the game, and Owasso, their size inside and their execution, we've just struggled to get the stops that we needed when we needed to get them.
Fadeaway no good by Montanati. Back comes DJ Howe, looking for the pass inside. Handoff to Diego Ochoa. And finally, the Tigers are going to get in the bonus. Owasso picked up 3 quick fouls early in the fourth quarter, but then it took a long time before the Tigers were able to get in the 2-shot bonus.
Yeah, it was that. It's been a series of different droughts today, and even being able to get fouls, it seemed like we couldn't get calls for a long time to get ourselves to the line, to be able to maybe sometimes just knocking down a free throw makes everything else offensively come easier. And so really with 1:29 left, Diego's at the line, and it's almost just kind of a picture of the day, how the ball has just rolled out today. Coach Wallace getting some subs in right now, getting some state tournament floor experience.
Manny Williams checking in, along with, who else checked in?
Ace Clements checked in.
Ace back in, and Jerrion Lewis. Seniors. Diego back to the line. Going to have Nigel Noyes check in for Anton Wallace as well. 53-39, 1:29 left to play. Owasso checking in with some new guys as well. Got to give it up to the Rams.
Yeah.
They got to this game last year, fell short to the Tigers after beating them in area, but they're going to get a chance to go play for a state championship tomorrow night back here at Lloyd Noble.
Yeah, and just Owasso today, the weapons that they had and the shooting woes that we experienced on the other side of the ball, just too much for the Tigers today. But I tell you what, let's talk about what a story this team and what this team has accomplished when so many people thought, there's no way they're going to, after what we graduated last year, this team has really competed and achieved more than so many people thought they could ever do.
Back the other way, the Tigers come in transition, and Diego Ochoa able to knock it down. He'll go to the free throw line for a chance for the and one, and he's probably going to check out for the final time after this free throw. Everybody's season ends with tears except for one. Big free throws here for one free throw for Diego as he knocks it down. He will check out.
And really, when you look at this team, and Diego and really DJ, those two had the most minutes really returning off of a very talented special team last year. And so I tell you what Coach Wallace and the entire coaching staff, what they've done this year and what these young men have, the time they put in, the effort, the long hours, they put the work in. And no, this isn't going to end like we wanted. However,
and this is an interesting decision here by Coach Montanati, as he's a little frustrated with how things have been since you checked some bench players in, and he is now sending, I believe, his entire starting five back into the game to finish.
That's with 53 seconds left.
Well, and it's I mean, stranger things have maybe happened, but I'm sure he didn't want to do that, but now he's a little upset with his bench players there coming in and not really performing up to his expectations, as the first free throw is good by Jerrion Lewis. Second free throw is no good. 53-43, 50 seconds to play. Owasso comes back the other way. Ball deflected, so the starter's not doing much better to end the game for Owasso as Tigers come. Lewis looking inside to Clemens. Spin move off the glass, no good. And it'll remain 53-43, under 30 seconds. As the Owasso fans probably about to start making some noise here any second as they can taste the victory. Broken Arrow's going to end their season 21-9 and a loss in the state semifinals.
Yeah, we want to congratulate, not how the Tigers wanted to finish. We want to be playing on Saturday, but once again, the school and community ought to be very proud about what our Tigers have accomplished this year. They have exceeded so many people's expectations from around the state. So congratulations to Owasso, but the Tigers have had a tremendous, tremendous season.
Absolutely. And our final here from the Lloyd Noble Center in the state semifinals, Owasso 53, your Broken Arrow Tigers 43. The cold shooting bug got the Tigers really from the second quarter on. Finished 1 for 15 from three-point range, which is just not going to win you a ball game. When you think about the fact, though, that we shot 1 for 15, 29%, and only lost by 10, you think about some of those key plays that could have went our way that would have made a massive difference.
Yeah, I mean, we get the final game stats, and we shoot 6.7% from the three-point line. That's a heck of an effort to only get beat by 10, given that stat alone.
Coach Wallace and company heading back to the locker room. 53-43 is our final. Let's look at some of the final stats here. DJ Howell had a heck of a game for Broken Arrow as he really kind of kept us in the game. 16 points, 8 rebounds. I think he had 3 assists as well, but he was the only guy in double figures as nobody else had more than 6. So when you talk about kind of what the scoring was like the last 2 games against Choctaw and Union, where you had, I think, 3-4 guys both games in double figures, to just have one and just have such a cold shooting night from everybody else but DJ, it's where it got us.
Yeah, and at this level, when you get to really the state tournament, you've got to have guys stepping up and multiple people scoring, and Owasso did that tonight. We were not able to do that, and as a result, Owasso gets to play on Saturday night, so we want to wish them luck, I guess, as the east side, right?
It'll be Owasso versus the winner of Edmond North and Edmond Memorial as the Memorial student section giving a warm welcome to the rival Huskies.
I guess you could call it a warm welcome.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank everybody for listening here on ArrowVision. It's been an awesome season for both the girls and boys basketball teams. Tigers finished 1 game short of a return to the state championship. I want to thank Coach Jones for joining us. Our engineer and producer, Blake Shy, outstanding work as always. Shout out to Dan Hawk over in Nebraska. I know he was going to be pretty bummed if he missed the state championship, but I think he would have liked it anyway. Want to give a shout out to everybody else that works on the ArrowVision crew: Madison Dildine, Antonio Hurling, Sean Hill, and everybody else, our student crew who works with us throughout the year. It's been a great year. We're signing off for the final time for basketball. We'll be back here pretty soon with some spring sports for you on ArrowVision. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.